Hey everybody, how you guys doing? Hope you guys are having an awesome day. So I get a lot of questions in Conquer Online about ping. How can I get lower ping? And I want to talk about some myths that are going on in Conquer Online. Ping is a pair of client and server applications that communicate using the Internet Control Message Protocol (ICMP). So basically, the client here's your client, and here's the server, right? So basically, the ping is the connection between the client to the server and back. The connection going and coming back. If the connection between the client and the server is fast, you're gonna have low ping. If the connection between the client and server is slow or farther away or whatever, you're gonna have high ping. So that's how the situation works. So here we have a map of the world map, and here you see all those dots are routers, right? And the internet has to when you're using the internet, it jumps from router to router to router to router, right? And all those routers are owned by internet service providers like AT&T and Verizon and all those companies, internet companies. So they're owned by those routers, and each, for example, let's say that you live in Egypt, because a lot of you guys are Egyptian. So Egypt is right here, right? And let's say you play in a US server. US servers are like Heavy or Baby Icy or Crystal or Faith or whatever the server might be. So the US server in Conquer Online, it's somewhere here, right? It's around this area, right? So basically, when you're if you live in Egypt and you're trying to when you open the game, so basically the connection has to jump through routers. So basically, it might have to go from here to here, this router, and then it will jump to this router, and then it will jump to this router, and then it will jump here to this router, and then it will jump to this router, and then it will go to the server to this router. See, it's a long distance. It's very far away. Egyptians have bad ping in the game. Americans, like here, this is America. All this here America, and all this is Canada, right? That's and America. Let's say you live right here. So from your client to the server, you just have to jump one jump, two jumps. That's it. That's why you have 70 ping in USA. In Canada, let's say you live, for example, right here in Canada. So you just have to make one jump from this router to that router, and that's why Canadians and Americans have low ping, because they don't have to jump as many routers as other farther places. That's why Egyptians have such high ping, and Canadians and Americans have such low ping. Canadians and Americans have 70 ping, 100 ping, because the routers are very close. Egypt, you have to jump from here to there, to there, to there, to there, very far away. Alright, and also in Conquer they have EU servers. So EU server, let's say that the EU server is right here, European server, right here, right? So why do Egyptians have low ping in EU servers and not in US servers? Because they have to jump less routers. So Egypt is right here again. So basically, for in EU servers, you're gonna have to jump to this router, and then maybe to this router, and then to this router. It's a short distance, and that's why Egyptians in EU servers they have really good ping. They have 100 ping, maybe 70 ping in EU servers, because they have to jump less routers, right? So very close to them. So that's why they have like 70 ping, whatever. And people in Germany and UK and all that stuff, they're in EU, so they're gonna have to go from this router to this router, and that's why they have 20 ping, 30 ping, 40 ping, and stuff like that. Americans and Canadians in playing in EU servers, they have I live in Canada. I live right here. I live right here in Canada. So basically, when I play in EU servers, I have 150 ping, 200 ping, because it's very far. So basically, I'm gonna have to go to this router right here, and then all the way here, and then here. So that's why when Americans and Canadians play in EU server, they have a worse ping, and Egyptians have better ping in EU server. It's all about routers. The less routers you have to jump on, the better your ping is. So here's what programs like What the Fast and Ping Zapper and Ping Lag, I forgot, like there's a lot of them. Here's what those programs do to lower your ping. Basically, remember how there's a lot of routers, router here, 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 here. There's routers all over the world, right? So basically, what the fast does is it makes you travel less. So basically, if you're in Egypt and you wanna play in the US server right here, you'd have to go from here to here to here to here to here to here. A lot of routers. So what the fast does, it makes you jump through less routers. The less routers, the better your ping is. So in Egypt is somewhere right here. So you're gonna have to go from here to here to here to here to here. So you jump less routers. The less routers you go through, the better your ping is. And that's why when you're playing in using With the Fast and all those programs, you get better ping because they make you use less routers. Same thing if you're in EU server right here. So if you're in an EU server, you just have to jump from here and then probably like somewhere like here if there's a router right in this area. So that's what the fast and those programs do. They make you jump in less routers. They have a connection instead of going from here to here to here to here to here to here. Just like a shorter path to the server. Basically, that's how they work. So to answer your question, is it possible for you to get, if you live in Egypt or Brazil or whatever, and you're playing in a US server, is it possible for you to get 20 ping, 30 ping, 40 ping? It's not possible. It's just not, because you have to travel through all those routers. It's just not possible. You can change your IP address, you can do whatever you want. It's not gonna happen. You just can't. The best thing that can help you is What the Fast and those programs. And there's a myth going on. There's some people. There's a lot of people actually in the game who are lying, and they're saying, I live in Brazil and I have 40 ping or 30 ping or whatever. It can't happen. It's impossible. They're lying. What they basically do is you can go to your Conquer file and you can change your ping. You can actually, like right now, if I want to put 0 ping on my Conquer, I can like right now, if I open Conquer, I can make it show that I have 0 ping. Is that my real ping? No, it's showing you that I have 0 ping, but that's not my real ping. My real ping is 100 or whatever. You can right now, and any of you guys can do this right now. You can go right now and try to make your ping 30 or whatever you want. You write it down. You want a 0 ping, you can make it look like, I can record the video right now of me having 0 ping. Is that my real ping? No, it just appears that way. It's not the real ping. So a lot of people, that's a myth going on. So that's a lie, and a lot of those people who are, let me tell you this. A lot of the people doing this stuff, saying, a lot of people who are saying they have 30 ping and stuff like this because they play really good, right? They play really good. If they play really good with 150 ping, 200 ping, 250 ping, and they play really good like that, they beat people who have low ping, then what will people say? People say you're aimbotting and stuff. So what do they do? What they do is they go and they change their ping. They're like, look, I have 20 ping. That's why I'm playing so good. So you're like, oh, okay, so they're not using a program, basically, right? But reality, they're changing their ping, right? They're changing the appearance of their ping to make it 20 or 30 or whatever. That's not the real ping. And in reality, they're actually using programs and stuff like this, programs like aimbot, and that's why they're playing so good. So don't fall for that. They're playing really good because they have aimbot and stuff like that. And when you tell them, oh, you're botting, they're like, oh no, look at my ping. I have 20 ping. So that's their cover up, right? They use that as their cover up. It's not possible. Only people who can get 20 ping is Americans. If you're in US server, the only people who have 20 ping to 50 or 70 ping, Americans only. Even Canadians. Canada's very close to US and we can't even get that. The best ping possible in Canada is 70 ping. Best possible. You can't get better than that. What else? In EU servers, right? In EU servers, the best people who have ping are Europeans, Germany, what else? Netherlands and all those countries. They have the best because they're very close to the server, right? Less jumps to the routers, and so on. So don't fall for that, right? It's their cover up. Anyone who tells you they have, just like, don't be that stupid to believe that stuff, all right? So the best thing that you can do is use programs that will help you connect less routers, like What the Fast and stuff like that. It's just the way it is, and you can't do anything about it as of right now. Um, ISPs, internet service providers have they have like protocols and stuff, and so you can't change anything there. So you're out of luck. So I hope this helped you guys, and thanks for watching. Have an awesome day.